Two city councilors plan to call for out-of-state investigators to look at how police handled an accident involving the wife of City Public Safety Director Darren White last week and what White did at the scene. Here's News 13's Katie Kim.
Dick Mayor R.J. Berry has ordered the city's independent review officer to investigate what happened. But city councilors Ray Garduno and Ken Sanchez say that's not good enough. They want someone from out of state who has no connection to New Mexico or any of the people involved to handle the probe. Meanwhile, the story gets more interesting.
It's become a messy political ordeal.
I've been dealing with baseless allegations and innuendos.
Monday night, Public Safety Director Darren White claimed his political enemies were out to get him. His wife, Kathleen, crashed her Porsche, similar to this one, into a curb on Montgomery last Wednesday morning. She told officers her vision started to blur as she was driving.
She's just kind of out of it. She couldn't see on one side of her eye or something.
A bystander makes the first 911 call.
She's kind of out of it. She's trying to stand up, but she just kind of...
She was having difficulty standing. Police say Kathleen called her husband. White rushed to the scene in his city vehicle with his lights flashing. He says he didn't interfere with officers' investigations and claims officers and paramedics agreed his wife needed medical attention immediately. Kathleen refused to be taken by ambulance, so White took her to urgent care. Doctors believe Kathleen had a seizure.
The truth will show that I behaved as any concerned husband and that I did not act inappropriately in any way.
But there are still questions. Kathleen told officers she was taking 2 medications, including Lamictal for anxiety. Pharmacists tell us the main side effects of the drug are blurred vision, dizziness, drowsiness, and a lack of coordination. There are strong warnings against driving on Lamictal. Kathleen was tested for drugs at the hospital.
All of these particular drugs come back negative. And I think we have to ask ourselves, why are we here? What is the allegation?
Monday night, the mayor's office made the unusual move of handing out Kathleen White's test results. But News 13 has learned Kathleen may not have been tested for the drug she admitted to taking. We talked to pharmacist John Arnett and 4 others who all said Lamictal wouldn't fall under any of the categories the paperwork shows she was tested for.
Lamictal would not even show up. It's in their system.
Not with these tests.
So she's not responding appropriately, is that correct?
No, right.
In the police report from the crash, 2 officers and a firefighter said Kathleen White was acting unusually and her pupils constricted, indicating possible drug use.
I'm sending the paramedics to help her now.
So if witnesses and officers claim Kathleen was acting strange, why wasn't a drug recognition expert called out, as is common practice in possible DUI cases? Police Chief Ray Schultz said on Monday there was no probable cause. The city won't discuss the case anymore. APD did tell us today it's generally up to the officers on scene to make the call for a drug test. Clearly, the officer on scene, who also drafted this report, believed Kathleen was impaired, checking a box that says just that. But he didn't call a drug expert. Now the officer's not talking and has hired a lawyer. We asked that lawyer if his client felt pressured to act a certain way because Darren White was present. The attorney wouldn't answer.
To make the situation even more complicated, the investigating officer, Al Walk, ran against White in the Republican sheriff's primary in 2002 and 2006. Back to you.
All right, Katie. Meanwhile, councilors Garduno and Sanchez also say that Mayor Berry should have put Darren White on administrative leave while officials